What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a little Jays talk. Today I wanted to just make a fun video of just some guys that I'm watching in the minor league system, touching back on that, the famous quote, waves of talent that Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro promised that they would bring to Toronto. We're finally seeing a little bit of that this year. We feel like we have some real pitching prospects coming through the system, and I just wanted to highlight some of the guys that I'm watching at the different levels and some of this potential waves of talent that we could be having. I won't do any deep diving into any one player. That's not what this type of video is. I just wanted to give you guys some names to talk about. Maybe we can discuss in the comments below if you have opinions on any of them. And I'll just give a brief kind of layout of the land and say hi to Ruby here, everyone. So at the major league level, I put Alek Manoah there. As we all know, he's expected back sometime in the middle of the season. It's probably like a July type guy. We'll see how it goes. You never really know coming back from these injuries how a player's going to feel, how they're going to do in their rehab starts, things like that. But Alek Manoah is, I consider, a second half reinforcement for this squad, hopefully, if he's healthy and going good. Next in the Buffalo tier, it's a lot of names that we're familiar with. Ricky Tiedemann. I don't know what his status is going to be for this year, but this is more of like a 12-month window. Tiedemann will be back at some point towards the end of this year, and I don't think they're going to keep wasting his bullets in the minors. Lefty arms that throw, 98, 99. He can probably touch 100 if he's out of the pen. Those don't grow on trees. And I could see a Garrett Crochet path for him where when he comes back, as soon as he shows that he's healthy and firing, they don't waste any more of those bullets in the minor leagues and they get him up, whether it's in the bullpen or in the rotation. He'll come to Toronto very quick. Jake Bloss, he's right on the cusp as well. He was looking pretty good in AAA before his injury. He's more of a next year guy at this point. But he's another one of those guys where when he comes back, he's knocking right on the door for major league time. Chad Dallas, same boat. And then Mako. Adam Mako is back throwing in Dunedin. And I just saw he'd been throwing. I think he's made about 3 appearances. He's got 10 or 11 innings so far. And he's another guy where he's just kind of rehabbing right now down in low A. And when he's ready to go, he could be a reinforcement that we see in the major league level as well this year. Jennings was another guy. We've seen him, Ryan Jennings that is. We've seen him in the spring training, and he's looked quite good. He has good stuff. He has swing and miss. He lets up a few more base runners than you might like, and he's now currently moved up to AAA. So he's another guy where he's more of a bullpen piece, but he's on the the near-term track to making major league impact. And he's another guy that I've liked since spring training, especially as he's looked quite good for us. So yeah, just a few names there on the they're a little bit older. They're a little bit more MLB ready. They're more what we'll be seeing in the next 12 months. And then as we move down the list, these guys get further and further away from the major leagues as they're younger and younger and have more development yet to do. Rogers and Watts Brown have moved up to Double-A. And they're both intriguing in their own ways. Rogers is an absolute unit. I think he's 6'7", 240, something like that. And he just got moved up to New Hampshire. Looks really good. If you're not familiar with him, you should definitely check him out. Watts Brown, Jerron Watts Brown's been on a lot of the top prospect lists for us. He's been fairly highly touted in the system the last 12 months or so. He's a guy to watch out for. He's, like I say, he's moved up to Double-A. So once you're in Double-A, you're within spitting distance of the major leagues. A lot of guys don't even spend hardly any time at all in AAA before they make the show. If you're pitching well, teams tend to rush you up now because they, as we can see, all of these injuries, teams don't want to waste any bullets in the minors that they don't have to. So Watts Brown is a guy, 2027 maybe, could be a guy that could come up by that point. Then the big trio from Dunedin that just got moved up to Vancouver, Trey Savage, Cal Steven, and Gage Stanifer. Really promising looking guys. They absolutely dominated in Dunedin. They were largely started there just due to the weather. They wanted to get the regular playing time. In the warm weather, they don't want to go into New Hampshire, Vancouver, where games are getting canceled or you're dealing with rain and things like that. These were some of the prized arms in the lower minors. So yeah, they started them out in Dunedin. They looked fantastic. They were all dominant. They all got moved up together to the Vancouver Canadians. And Fernando Perez is also in Vancouver, where he's been hit and miss to start the year. He's more of a control guy. He probably doesn't have the ceiling of some of these other guys, but he looks promising. He's had, like I say, he's had a rough start to this year after looking very promising last year. But with him, it's just a matter of time, I think, until he turns it around. The command is too good. He's got a good feel for pitching, and I think he will be fine ultimately. And then down in the Dunedin column here, I've included a couple guys from the rookie league as well, from the Florida Coast League, as that's King and Guthrie. Messina, Marudis, they're all young. These are all your 19, 20-year-olds. They show upside. I think Messina, I've seen he's touched 100 miles an hour. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never seen any video footage of him hitting 100, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I don't watch every single clip of all of these guys. But between Marudis, who was our 2013 pick, I think we got him in the third or fourth round sorry, not 2013, 2023 pick. So he's been in the system for a couple of years, but he was a highly touted pick. Messina, really high upside, really young. He's one of those big, high ceiling, low floor type things where you're taking a flyer on a guy with tremendous upside, hoping that you hit. Like Barriera the year before, like Johnny King kind of falls in that category. You're taking a young kid, and there's so much deviation on how somebody so young can pan out, but you're taking a flyer on that arm talent, and you know what? That's what you like to see in the lower minors especially. You'd swing for the upside with some of these guys. Guthrie's another promising guy. I think he was taken in the 11th round last year. He looks quite good. He's a 19-year-old kid. So, yeah, these are just some of the names that I'm kind of following along with, and it's so nice now because with Twitter, with the way the internet works, with all the blogs going on and all that stuff, you can uncover more information about these guys. I made a tweet saying this is the best I felt about the overall pitching in the system since about 2013, 2012, 2013, back in that time. If you'll remember back, you know, we had Stroman, we had Aaron Sanchez, we had Daniel Norris, we had Nicolino, Syndergaard, guys like that coming through around those years. And ultimately, a lot of them got used for trades, and a lot of them didn't pan out, and a lot of them, you know, I think Marcus Stroman's the only one that actually sustained as a starter, but that just highlights why, first, you don't get too attached to these guys, but second of all, why you need quantity over just the quality. Because an arm injury away, just somebody goes off the rails, it's nice to have this wave of talent in each level of the system that you're excited about. And you know what? Even if only a couple of them pan out, starting pitching, just good pitching in general, is so hard to find. That's really what you need. You just need to churn out one or two guys every year or two, and you're laughing. So yeah, these were just some names that I thought were fun for you guys. Just put them on your radar. Maybe you can do your own research into them. Maybe I'll make some future videos kind of diving deeper into particular guys. Maybe just focus on one level or a couple of guys where I can actually do some videos and things like that. But yeah, just wanted to hop on, put these guys on your radar, and let you know that there are some waves of interesting talent coming along on the pitching side for the Toronto Blue Jays. So drop your comments below. We'll talk to you guys later. All right, have a good one.